lost every round, and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather.
Hey, good look, baby. There you go. You only threw one. Good game. Don't break. He's a beast. He's a beast, baby. He's a beast.
ESPN First Take host Stephen A. Smith has shared strong frustration toward Floyd Mayweather for what he called a childish move of releasing a sparring clip with Terence Crawford to pull attention away from the new undisputed champion. Everyone knows Crawford's big win shifted the focus away from Floyd. That kind of reaction feels immature and unnecessary. When people praise another fighter, it does not mean you need to tear him down. There is no reason to act out of jealousy. Floyd should understand that a sparring video holds no real value. It does not change careers or legacies. Crawford remains one of the greatest fighters today. The boxing world already accepts that truth.
Let me go. Slow him down.
Which is why I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, Floyd Mayweather
A. Smith did not just choose Crawford over Mayweather. He also said that Floyd was not a positive example for boxing because of the many controversies around him and the way the sport changed for the worse. What Stephen A. Smith was really saying is that Floyd became a major reason fighters stopped facing the toughest opponents. Instead, they started focusing more on protecting an undefeated record than chasing big, meaningful fights. That mindset goes against what true legends are supposed to represent.
Best man won.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body.
You would never see this behavior from Tom Brady or Michael Jordan or Lionel Messi or other legends in different sports. Those greats never act that way. Floyd has actually caused more damage to boxing than benefit. He played a big role in why major fights stopped happening. Fans slowly accepted that the biggest matchups were no longer coming. That pattern continued until Saudi involvement changed things. Floyd Mayweather was a key reason boxing reached that point. That is the reality of the sport.
They got to change their culture, though, because a loss in boxing means a lot more than a loss in MMA. Like, the MMA fans are more accepting, especially if the fight was good, where in boxing, their whole role is to build you to 20 so they can get you title fights, and they're finding people for you along the way. So,
well, Canelo lost.
Discussion about how Mayweather and Crawford built their unbeaten records has sparked a lot of intense debate. It has become a heated topic among boxing fans and analysts. This argument was also brought up by active boxer Ryan Garcia. He shared his thoughts during a September 10th appearance on Ring Magazine Inside the Ring Show.
And another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know. I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
After a discussion about why Max Kellerman believes Manny Pacquiao should rank above Mayweather on a pound-for-pound list for this century, following ESPN placing Floyd first and Pacquiao second earlier this month, former NFL player LaShawn McCoy said that nobody changed the sport like Floyd Money Mayweather. Ryan Garcia quickly replied that he changed it in a bad way. Garcia explained that Mayweather perfected the skill of knowing exactly when to fight and when to avoid a fight. He said Floyd was the best at that strategy and the best at making money and creating big events. He questioned why that happened and said it was because Floyd carefully timed every matchup. Garcia claimed Mayweather rarely fought opponents in their true prime, especially after junior lightweight. Because of that, he believes Floyd changed boxing for the worse. He agreed that fighters today are more focused on protecting their undefeated record.
Has changed the game like Floyd Money Mayweather.
He mastered the art of knowing when to fight somebody and when not to fight somebody. I mean, he's the best in that game. He's the best in, making money and making all the, the huge fights happen. But why? Because he was timing every single one of them. He never fought nobody really in their prime. He always
after junior lightweight. Junior lightweight.
He changed the game in the worst way possible. You're right. Everybody's trying to protect their own.
A lot of the stuff that Canelo was doing,
And that I would say this, that work from Boots helped in that aspect, because Canelo was reacting to a lot of the counters that Crawford was throwing. Usually in the past, Canelo would stand right there. He would lunge and he would stay in place, keep his feet in place. However,
Crawford's recent success has led many to rethink the established order, and the timing fits perfectly as he reaches the height of his abilities while still competing at the top level of the sport. These talks are growing louder as his performances continue to impress. Max Kellerman used his many years of boxing knowledge while addressing the Crawford versus Mayweather topic on Inside the Ring. The longtime analyst admitted that Mayweather does hold some clear edges over Crawford. He pointed to a deeper career record along with elite defense and faster hands. Those qualities are real strengths that helped Mayweather become one of the most powerful champions boxing has ever seen.
Wild, because if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior welterweights, bring him lightweight. He jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight.
Kellerman also explained that Mayweather became much more careful when choosing opponents after moving past the lightweight division. He felt that Floyd picked the right moments to face fighters who could be risky. This smart planning helped keep his unbeaten record intact, but it also raised doubts about whether he always fought opponents at their strongest stage. Kellerman compared this to Crawford, who has shown a clear willingness to face anyone at any time during his career. He suggested that this fearless approach connects more strongly with boxing fans and with other fighters in the sport.
I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with every...
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd though? Since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have.
When you examine Floyd's career history, it is clearly deeper than Crawford, and Floyd was quicker with stronger defense and many technical advantages. Still, Floyd chose his moments carefully, especially after moving beyond lightweight. After that point, he became very selective about when he faced certain opponents. With Crawford, fans saw something different. Even if his record lacks depth in some areas, he was willing to fight anyone at any time. That attitude matters to people. The analyst made strong comparisons between Crawford and legendary names like Pacquiao and Roy Jones. Kellerman suggested that Crawford has earned a similar level of respect from other fighters. That kind of recognition goes beyond numbers, titles, and statistics.
When I looked at it, he came out in the southpaw stance and he took Canelo's jab away from him. As you know, if you take a fighter's jab away from them, then it's hard for them to really land. You force them to use one shot, and he forced them to use his backhand, his rear hand. Crawford was ready for the loop in the right hands.
Mayweather was pushed to speak on Crawford not only because fans were calling for it, but also because two of his former opponents openly said Crawford was better than him, which made it feel like a direct challenge to his legacy. That kind of statement hits hard for a boxing icon. Apart from Canelo, another fighter shared the same view. Shane Mosley, who lost to Mayweather by decision 15 years ago, also repeated that belief. Those comments added more fuel to the debate and increased pressure on Mayweather's reputation.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really.
In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Mosley boldly stated that he thinks Bud Crawford is actually better than Mayweather, while still giving credit to his former rival for being highly talented. He said he believes Crawford is bigger and moving up in weight makes him stronger. Mosley added that Crawford is a more complete fighter overall. He acknowledged that Mayweather is also extremely skilled and hard to beat. Still, he felt that Crawford would have the advantage in a matchup because of his reach and size.
You can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Fans and experts worldwide have started debating whether Bud Crawford can now be considered the greatest fighter ever after his win over Canelo. This historic victory has pushed the 37-year-old back to the top of the pound-for-pound rankings. Canelo, who had expressed his thoughts before the fight, confirmed his opinion after the loss, saying Crawford is the better fighter. During his post-fight press conference, Canelo made headlines by stating clearly that he believes Terence Crawford is superior to Floyd Mayweather. He said, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather."
You know, how did that feel to hear that from someone like him?
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people, you know, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best.
Was ready for the body shots. You know, occasionally the straight right hand to the body would land for Canelo. But, you know, sooner or later, Crawford started getting out of the way of that as well by just pivoting, you know, on the angle and, you know, making Canelo reach. There were spots in the side of the ring that I saw Crawford, you know, try to counter.
Canelo's statement carries extra weight because he has faced both Crawford and Mayweather in the ring. His choice to praise Crawford right after a loss shows either great respect or a true belief in Crawford's talent. The comments quickly sparked debate in the boxing world. Some fans highlighted Crawford's courage to move up in weight and take on top opponents, while others defended Mayweather's perfect record and impressive career. Crawford himself explained that Canelo's opinion comes from first-hand experience. Speaking on the Ariel Helwani show, he said that Canelo had been in the ring with both of them and that his view reflects what he actually saw, not just opinions.
Sure.
Would you be interested in seeing a rematch, or would the fight be the same? Would it ultimately end up the same way?
I don't know. It's up to those two guys. You know, they want to do a rematch.
In the end, this debate will continue because it comes down to personal opinion. What is clear is that both fighters remain undefeated for now. In Crawford's case, have held multiple titles across different weight classes and will be remembered as two of the greatest American boxers in history. Floyd and Crawford have traded words since the 50-0 legend called out Crawford for a fight, only for Crawford to decline and point out that Floyd was trying to steal the spotlight from him.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boy. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's...
After several back and forths, Floyd took things further by sharing a sparring video with Crawford from earlier this year on social media. The two had visited Shakur Stevenson's gym and did a few rounds together, but it was never discussed publicly. In fact, the photos of Mayweather and Crawford at the gym show them in regular workout clothes, nothing unusual at the time.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But, like, his core personality and his way.
Amid their ongoing feud, Floyd Mayweather shared a 30-second clip of the sparring session where he appeared to have the advantage. His goal was clear, to show he was better than Crawford, contradicting opinions from Canelo Alvarez, Shane Mosley, and others. In the short clip, Mayweather's reflexes were sharp, making it hard for Crawford to land any punches while Floyd countered with precise jabs. He later deleted the video from X, but it had already been leaked and circulated by multiple sources.
Shit, always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man.
In reality, it was Terence Crawford and his team who invited Floyd Mayweather to their training camp to help them prepare for the September 12th challenge. The boxing legend was asked not only to spar with Crawford, but also to observe other training and sparring sessions. He even offered Crawford advice and guidance designed to bring him closer to victory that September.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah, not at all. You know, that's one of my favorite fights.
In the video shared on social media, The two were first seen standing by ringside talking while Crawford and his trainers listened closely to Mayweather's advice. Later they moved into the ring, with Mayweather guiding Crawford on defense, stances, positioning, footwork, and overall movement before sparring began. During the sparring, Crawford had moments where he threw punches aggressively, successfully testing Mayweather's defense. At other times he stepped back, focusing on defending against Floyd's counters while keeping his hands lower.
When I looked at it, he came out in the southpaw stance and he took Canelo's jab away from him. As you know, if you take a fighter's jab away from them, then it's hard for them to really land. You force them to use one shot, and he forced them to use his backhand, his rear hand. Crawford was ready for the loop in the right hands.
After the clip surfaced, fans flooded the comments with their reactions. Some focused on the sparring itself, while others criticized Mayweather for posting the video at all. One fan wrote, "That was quick for a 48-year-old Floyd. I wish he had fought across all generations to show everyone he's truly unbeatable. Look at how he handled Crawford like he was just starting out. Those reflexes are why he can never be beaten."
Before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. He's a GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
Another fan said, "Floyd's so shameless. Why is he always sharing sparring videos of others while keeping his own private? Where's his sparring with Devin then? Sparring doesn't mean much, and casual fans won't get that." A third added, "The result of Floyd versus Crawford will stay unknown until it happens, and it probably won't. We can respect both legends without putting one down for the other. Floyd did more for himself, while Crawford did more for the sport. Thanks to Crawford's big fights, we can expect more major matchups. Floyd often fought opponents past their prime just to protect his record.
If I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime,
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, I mean, what, because, and I told people to say, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains, I mean, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he's like, I want to be the best.
When I fought Canelo, I was 36 and Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys won world titles and was undisputed champion. I think, the Tank age, the young low champions. Mm-hmm. Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
After their session, Floyd Mayweather was asked about Crawford's training. He said, "Crawford is a hell of a fighter. He's one of the best of his generation and reminds me of myself and some of my past opponents. I like that he's hungry and wants to leave a great boxing legacy." The video of Crawford and Mayweather quickly drew attention online as fans shared how exciting it was to see two boxing greats working together, similar to when Crawford trained with Andre Ward before his big moments. One fan wrote, "Crawford and Floyd training together looks great. I'm proud Crawford is taking the right steps and hope he wins fight night. Canelo is definitely not ready for what Crawford is about to bring." Another said, "That ring is suffering from too much greatness. I think Crawford would win if this ever became a real fight." A third added, "Crawford needs to listen to Floyd to beat Canelo. He also needs to learn from Bivol. They know things many don't. It's their footwork and style, but Crawford just needs to make it work."
And the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s and they're in their 30s, you know what they say? What's that? Oh, this guy all washed.
Another fan wrote, "I like how the right fighters are giving Terence Crawford the support he needs. I think he would win this by decision." Big thanks to Floyd. But things between them have since taken a turn for the worse. Mayweather, with his perfect 50-0 record, is still seen by many as the greatest pound-for-pound boxer ever. His unmatched defense and ability to control the pace of a fight made him one of a kind. On top of that, his career was hugely successful commercially, including 4 of the 5 biggest pay-per-view events in boxing history.